It's tax season and the deadline to file is fast approaching, and for property owners and those wishing to enter the housing market, real estate taxes can be vexing.
It's very expensive to build new homes. It's very difficult for young people to get financing.
That's because the amount of tax varies across the country. A recent report from LendingTree reveals U.S. homeowners in the South pay some of the nation's lowest real estate taxes, while those living in the West and the Northeast pay some of the highest. And even within a state, sometimes within the same neighborhood, real estate taxes can vary greatly. The
Yes.
vast differentials that exist between these sort of property taxes, do you think that they exacerbate what is already a housing shortage in many major cities across the U.S.?
Yes. It continues to add pressure.
In fact, Delane believes low taxes on undeveloped land compared to higher levies on high rise buildings can disincentivize sellers and hamstring developers who often have to navigate sky high prices and red tape. As an example, take this empty plot of land located in the shadow of the United Nations headquarters in New York City. According to real estate research firm Property Shark, the 2.5 hectare lot, about 6 acres, is valued at more than $145 million. The tax bill for 2022 was a relatively low $9.7 million, according to the Wall Street Journal. But just across the street, at the north end of the approximately 3 block long plot, a large residential building encompassing just zero point 0.2 hectare, or about a half acre of land, has a hefty property tax bill of $4.2 million. That's the equivalent of about 6 times more than the larger lot. For years, I used to live in this high-rise luxury building located just across from the southern tip of the plot. I was told not to get used to the unobstructed views of the East River forever because the plot was zoned for the construction of 1,500 residential units. Some 18 years later, I'm long gone, but the plot is still vacant. According to the nonprofit Robert Schalkenbach Foundation, upzoning, which allows for changes, could open up, quote, tens of thousands of development opportunities, alleviating acute housing shortages. Delane agrees. How important do you think it is to find a solution now?
I think we urgently need to come up with solutions. I think we're now going into a cycle where it's too expensive to live in cities and it's too expensive to buy a home in suburbia. Um, how do we make way for the next generation?
Karina Mitchell, CGTN, New York.